It is a little weird. It could be a little eerie. It could be a little funny if I were to not even kill myself, but just die like everybody does. You don't know when it's going to happen. You like to think. You like to hope you have an estimate of when you die, but I could die tomorrow, maybe there's just like some complication with the fucking veins that go to my brain or whatever, then I just have an aneurysm or something. It happens. I hate to get dark, but it happens. And it's just kind of weird to think about, like, if I were to die, the last thing you could hear from me is a fucking ad for Coca-Cola or whatever it is that you're getting. So I don't know how to feel about that, but I guess I don't think I should feel anything about that, because when I die, it's over. I don't think I've moved on. I don't think it matters. Well, that being said, we're about a minute and a half in. I haven't been thinking about killing myself. For sure. There was this guy, I've actually had him on the podcast before. His name is Caesar. And he was on the podcast. He's a little younger than me. I'd say up to 5 years younger than me. Which is not much. But I do think the mindset, especially in the year we're in now, the times we're in, a 25-year-old now, or just in general, I think the mindset of a 25-year-old is a lot different than the mindset of a 30-year-old. I feel like at 25, you're a little more. And like I said, just in general, there's probably some 25-year-olds that are grown with families and they feel established. Okay, that's the truth of the matter. But the fact is, you're still 25. And that's good for you. I'm not saying that in a bad way. If you've got a family at 25, if anything, once you become 30, you probably even feel more sure of yourself or whatever. By the way, I'm sorry if I have like a little bit of a lisp today or something, or if my speech is kind of off. My fucking tongue is burned. I don't know what it's from. I don't know if it's from brushing my teeth, or like sometimes I'll use like mouthwash or something, and maybe I'll keep it in too long, and it kind of like burns my tongue. Because I don't really remember eating anything hot, so it's been bothering me the last like day or so. And now that I'm talking, it kind of makes me feel weird. Let me have this sip of some coffee. Yeah, I haven't really been able to enjoy food. I wanted to get some tacos, but I was scared that the spice would just make it unenjoyable because of what's going on with my mouth. I don't think I sound so weird. It's just that it's more difficult to speak. And so instead of getting tacos, I got Wingstop. I haven't had Wingstop in fucking months. And I didn't finish it. Now I have it in the fridge, and I don't think I've ever done that. I usually just keep the food out, but it's because we've been having an ant problem lately. So I was like, nah, I'm securing this, and I put it in the fridge, and now I'm just kind of like, that's something that's kind of like bougie about me. I like to reheat my food, like pizza. I just recently started getting into cold pizza within like the last year, but most of my life I'm like, fuck no, dude. If I have a toaster oven or whatever, never microwave though. Never microwave. Always put it in the toaster oven. And then just eating Wingstop just doesn't seem. I gotta heat that bitch up. I don't give a fuck. That's what I'm doing. when I put it. I'm heating it up. Lost track of what I was gonna say. What was I talking about? I was talking about not wanting to kill myself. 25-year-old, yes. I don't know what made me think of 25-year-olds. I think I saw the news with Rampage Jackson's son trying to fucking kill that guy, and I guess he's 25, so it got me thinking about that. Fuck. I had like some words of wisdom or something. I don't know, fucking. My memory lately, I've been off, dude. I crashed my car. I crashed my car into my other car. I don't even want to get into that, really. Just shit's been off, dude. I just haven't been feeling like the best. Been fucking just, I don't know. Oh, update on the bench press goal, though. I was able to bench 205. So, yeah, 20 pounds away from my goal of 225. Everything just feels right fucking there, man. The tray flips feel just right fucking there. The bench pressing just feels right fucking there. The thing about the bench press, though, is just like, it just seems easy. Like, it's so clear cut to train for, you know what I mean? Like, just lift heavier, progressive overload. It's just, you just keep, if you want to get better at bench pressing, keep bench pressing. And it's like, you can lower the weight and shit like that. But with tray flips, it's like, it's just so frustrating because every time you throw a tray flip attempt out, you don't land it. And it's just, I don't know. And then, like, my kickflips don't really look too good. My kickflips have just been the most frustrating fucking thing this whole, like, skate journey. It's like, yeah, I land them, but they don't look like how I want them to look. They're rocketed. And every time I feel like I'm making progress on my tray flip or kick flips, I just lose them, and I just feel like I start all over, and I just have all these bad habits. And man, 7 minutes in, I'm already talking about skateboarding. I wasn't even thinking about that. I had some kind of fucking advice for 20, 25-year-olds. I don't know. I haven't taken a shit today, so maybe that's going to happen. I haven't eaten anything. 1 second. I'm also a little congested, so apologize if I sound a little weird. Was fucking doing blow all night last night. I just haven't done that in a while. Ugh. It's still kind of stuck in my nose. It's the thing about a fucking... God! Get that energy out of me! Nothing better than coffee and cocaine. Just kidding. I've never done coke. Never done coke. Not ashamed or proud of it. What is going on this keyboard? The E and D are highlighted. What does that mean? ED. Erectile dysfunction. Maybe there's like a ED, Viagra, or Hims commercial on these ads. I don't know. I haven't flipped through all of the ads. Man, I wish I remembered what I wanted to say about being... Oh, yeah. So, I remembered. My buddy Caesar, just, he had a good job when he was on here. Was a truck driver. I think we talked about him being a truck driver on the podcast. There used to be kind of a running theme with podcasts. They like getting regular people on. And that was a fun little run during the podcast era. Now we're doing we're doing politicians now. I've done a politician, that's all right. I can't knock it. Whatever. So this guy quit his truck driving job, and he got another job, which was a garbage man. I don't really think I'm outing him. I don't think it really matters anymore. And he, I don't know how long he was doing it for. So 2 pretty good jobs, truck driving, garbage man, respectable blue collar jobs. Something that I would probably do, honestly. But he was going crazy. He wasn't happy. And he quit. The thing about Caesar is he can do tray flips. He can't bench 225, but he can do tray flips. He can do tray flips. And, how do I say this? Try to make him feel better about quitting his job, because it's like at the end of the day, you can still do tray flips. But, yeah, he was just kind of like going crazy at his job, talking about how he's going to go fucking postal and all this shit. I was like, oh, maybe you should work at the post office. He kept on talking about it, man. And then he would like go home and play this game called Postal 2. I never heard of it, but I guess it's just about a postal guy who goes around shooting cats or something. I don't know. I've never played it. And, I just tried to... I told him earlier, before he even quit, that, hey, I kind of, hold on, what is that? That's not important. I kind of understand how you're feeling, at 25. I wanted to tell him it gets better. And, I was 25 when I first started this podcast, and I was on here crying like a little bitch. And just, I don't know, it's almost like a late puberty kind of thing, second puberty that I feel happens in your like early to mid 20s. And I don't want to say that I'm completely better than how I was. And I don't think I was, I don't know, man. When I was 25, the pandemic just started. So that's something, that's why I wanted to say like the timeline's a little bit different. But maybe not. Is there really such a big difference if the pandemic started when you were 20 or 25? Maybe. I feel like when you're 20 and the pandemic starts, you just have this, like, you feel a little bit more robbed in life. Like, or especially the people who even younger, like 18, 17, like they're just getting their life started. And then boom, they're just like the world shutting down on you. So here we go, typical podcaster talking about the pandemic. And, people want to be over it. People just want to move on. And I guess people don't like talking about the vaccines and who was right or who was wrong. I'm not doing that. I'm just kind of talking about the aftermath. It's been about 5 years, maybe even closer to 5.5 years since the initial shutdown and all that, or pandemic. That was like March of 2020. And, I think things are finally getting back to normal. And I just have this lingering fear in the back of my head that, man, are we ready to do some shit like this again, Because the way how I see it, I'm young. I mean, that happened, let's just say, best case scenario, I live to 100. And, like, decently healthy, not like 100 just hanging on. I don't know how much I believe in modern medicine anymore, Is it really modern medicine, or is it just humans, My friend works at a place where it's just like people, it's like special kids, It's kids that don't want to take their vitamins and take care of themselves. They just sit there and fucking whine and shit, and they're living to like 70. So it's like, is it really modern medicine? Because these man-childs are just sitting around eating fucking Pop-Tarts and Coke, and they're living for hella long. So I don't really know what's going on here. So I'd like to say that I decently take care of myself. I don't know. I've been getting a little paranoid, dude. I was at the world famous Walmart, and I've been drinking Premier Proteins. I don't know if I've ever talked about Premier Protein, but I've been drinking Premier Protein since like 2018. It's kind of been a staple in my source of protein and vitamins and stuff. I take breaks every now and then, and I hear some bad things in the news about how it's bad for your stomach and shit like that, but I don't know, for the most part, after about 7 years of consuming it, I feel fine. I have no regrets. I think it's doing more good than harm for me. And they came out with this new flavor. It was like chocolate covered strawberry Premier Proteins. I haven't tried it yet, but I'm excited. And it just got me like, I don't know. I just wanted to go on Reddit and stuff to read the reviews if the taste was all right. But then I got into this whole little rabbit hole of why what is it? Is it nitrogen filled energy drinks or something like that are cheaply made? They're bad for you. They're probably lying. Like they tested and there wasn't even 30 grams of protein. It was really just 11. And then, like they had the Premier Protein and then behind that aisle was another aisle of vitamins. And I was like, maybe I should get some vitamins, maybe I should take some fucking magnesium pills and all that shit. But then I was looking at the Premier Protein. I was like, they got everything in here. They got zinc, they got calcium, they got fucking, I said magnesium, they got iron, they got all this shit that you need. Maybe it's not like 100% of it, but it's a good 25%. And I'd like to assume I'd get the rest of it, eating food. And then, it just, everybody, I just started getting paranoid. I was like, man, how do I get the best fucking nutrients that I need in life? And then I said, fuck it. I just said, fuck it. I dropped it on my shopping cart. Who cares, dude? Because something is better than nothing. So that's what I went through last night. And I think everything that I just went through is like the complete opposite of suicidal ideation, dude. I want to live the best quality life possible. If I was not having a good time in life, I would just give up, I wouldn't even be going to the store. I'd be fucking, doing something. Something not good. And so it's been hard to podcast. I've been, I think about it every day that I need to do it. I just don't get around to it. And right now I'm forcing myself to kind of get around to it. I'm sitting here. I'm just kind of putting my thoughts up. My sweet comedy friend Jared said he did an hour of comedy. And I told him, I think doing an hour of comedy is most definitely harder than doing an hour of podcasting. And he goes, not really, because when you're podcasting, you're talking to yourself. Like, I could do crowd work and stuff like that. And then I was like, dude, I could just do a podcast and fucking take a nap and call it an hour. But I guess you can do that stand-up comedy. Maybe the consequences are higher. Your ego gets shot a little bit. I don't know. Let me drink some water. So, take a woosah. Let's take a second. This is where I'd throw an ad in here. Hopefully an ad just starts playing right now. I think the last episode I had like 4 ads in it, huh? Somebody told me. I asked what were the ads about, and they're like, I don't remember. So I'm like, what's the point of this, dude? But whatever, man. Just bring money. Just throw money at me, dude. There's so much money going around, man. And you can make the claim for it's not fair. People need to be getting paid more or whatever. You know what, dude? Just do what you can. Just try your best. Just look at it as a fucking challenge or something. Don't cry about it. You know what I did the other day? What day is it? Today's Sunday. Thursday. I've been collecting cans lately, dude. Cans and bottles. I got this recycling center, dude. I used to do it as a kid all the time. And I did it a little bit as an adult. It just got a little bit more, I think the location I was in, it was just kind of hard to get it done. I don't really truly remember. But, I didn't get that much money this one. I got like $17 and I felt like I had fucking hella bags. Like 10, 15 bags. And it just didn't seem worth it. So I was like, fuck this. But dude, the other day, I had like basically 2 bags. I had one full bag of plastic bottles. I had another bag that was halfway filled with plastic bottles. And then I had another bag that was like halfway filled with cans. So I'm just rounding that up and saying it was like two whole bags. I got like $7.38 out of that. It was great. I was, it's fun. It's fun. It's like a video game. It's like grinding. And I enjoy the grind sometimes. And then I proceeded to collect my 738 and then crash my fucking car, dude. So it's not about, I don't know. It could be about whatever the fuck you want it to be about, but man, at least nobody got hurt. The crash isn't that bad. I said I didn't really want to get into it, but it's just, I don't want to get into it because I just feel like a fucking idiot. But it's not that bad, dude. Just a little, what do they call it? A fender bender? Not even. The fenders didn't bend. It was just like a little bumper, a bumper smooch. That's all it was. A little paint. That's all it is. It's like the smallest dent smaller than my fucking eye, dude. And so yeah, what are we, 21 minutes in? It's kind of going by fast. I just had to pump out a podcast, dude. I have a little bit of just like this, dude. I want to put out episodes and people are interested in it. Get some fucking 25 cents off that ads or something. It's like I'm not gonna do nothing with it, But it just sounds fun. It just sounds fun. So yeah, I'm collecting cans. I was like, bro, if I fucking collected cans 8 hours a day, you know how much money I'd get, Bro, I fucking owe the hospital, or my insurance company or something, whatever. Something was going on. I owed like $100 and something bucks. I just been ignoring that bitch. They're sending me emails when I log in online. It's just, I don't get it. I shouldn't be having to pay this much. It was like fucking $500 for blood tests. I don't understand. Where is it? That's where I'm talking about. Where's this money going? You know how many cans I have to fucking collect if I don't have insurance to get my blood drawn? To spend $500? What if I fucking collected a bottle or a can off the floor and I cut myself and I got hepatitis? And I don't even have the money to see if I've got hepatitis or not. Hello? So it's just a losing game that we're playing, but it's still kind of fun to fucking play. So yeah, I owe the hospital but because I'm fortunate to have insurance, it's fucking it's only like $100 and something, and I'm just like, I'm not doing it. I'm not paying it. I'm just hoping that it just kind of goes away. They fucking forget about it. So I owe that. And man, I got all kinds of shit to do. I got DMV shit to do. I got fucking boring shit to do. I gotta get a new passport, bro. I gotta get a new passport, and the passport lasts you like 10 years or something like that, bro. So I'm like trying to make sure I like time a haircut. Stupid shit that people who don't want to kill themselves like deal with. I'm trying to make sure my face looks good when I take this picture. I want to have like no pimples, so I'm like trying to eat better. And I'm really not. I'm like mentally just telling myself, yeah, you probably should eat better. I'm not. I've been having like a lot of sugar and shit. Somebody brought fucking donuts to work yesterday, dude. And then I didn't know they were bringing donuts to work. So before I came to work, I had fucking cherry Danish, which is basically just a fucking donut. I was like, yeah, my face is going to get fucking fat, dude. It's crazy. Cut my foot off. I'm already pre-diabetic. And I come into work, we got donuts. And it's just like, bro, why would you want to kill yourself when you could just eat hella donuts and fucking die, This caffeine is hitting me, boy. That fucking crack rock in my nose is fucking hitting me. So, yeah. Just silly shit, man. Just silly shit. And then there's another part of me is like, yeah, just keep on packing them calories, boy. Whatever it takes. Like, you know how much I'd probably have to eat to get to 150 pounds? Like, probably a lot, dude. Like, it's a lot. And I'm out here benching 205 at 140. That doesn't sound so bad, man. If I could push it, get to 145, bench 2 plates, so be it, bro. But I'm getting a little dirty with it. But long term, I really want to just keep lifting. I want to keep working. I want to keep skating. I want to sweat, get that cardio, and get that toxic masculinity flowing. I want to look good, dude. That's really I want to look good. I want to feel good. And you can't really fucking feel good when you're eating these donuts, bro. But right now, dude, I mean, you could probably get strong. You ever see a fucking fat guy? I want to look like I could run a 6-minute mile, but I could still bench 2 plates. That's like black belt shit. That's elite. That's elite, like well-rounded everything, I'm not trying to be some fucking fat ass with man titties lifting heavy. No fucking shit. You better be lifting heavy fucking weights when you look heavy, dude. Nothing worse than a fucking fat person who can't even lift as much as somebody as small as me, dude. Nothing worse than that. Nothing worse. That's where you're like, fucking kill yourself, dude. Unless you've got a disease or something, But if you ain't got no fucking real excuses, you're just lazy. I don't respect that at all. I don't respect lazy people. Maybe it's jealousy. Maybe it's jealousy because I've had an easy fucking life or something, I don't know. I don't know why I'm getting worked up. I said I wasn't going to get worked up during this podcast, so yeah. The fuck? Whose air conditioning's on? The air conditioning just cut on. What else, man? Yeah, pandemic's crazy. I said it before, I fucking proposed to my girl, like, in February of 2020, like, right before the fucking pandemic happened. And then what? And shit shut down, and, I mean, we were probably gonna get it done within a year. Like, we wanted to do it all traditional and all that shit, and then shit just kind of went down. Shit just kind of went, like, unsure, and so I was just doing the whole, well, she's basically my wife, whatever. And then we bought a house. It was like, let's, I'm not rich. I wasn't even really collecting bottles at the time like that, or I was, but I wasn't collecting enough. And so I was like, dude, let's just spend this money on a house instead of fucking getting married, Fucking grand. My dad was telling me he's seen people at grand weddings. He had a grand wedding and all this stuff, Mercedes limo and all this bullshit. And then they end up getting divorced, dude. It always kind of seems like the people who have the most over the top weddings are just like they don't really last. They're just doing performance for their fucking families. They're not really happy one-on-one. They're just trying to fucking collab. Sometimes I'm wrong, but if you feel this way and you've had a big grand wedding and the shoe fits, well, fucking figure it out, dude. Sometimes the problem isn't other people, dude. The problem is you. And then there's two people where the problem is them, and they just get together, and it's just like, oh no fucking shit. You put two dipshits together. You think it's really gonna work out? You get two fucking idiots together. It doesn't work. They just argue because they're both idiots, just in their own respective way. Everybody's an idiot, But some idiots don't. They don't work correctly. There's people that are fucking idiots. They've been married 70 years. It's an idiotic thing already to be. My mom told me the other day that she felt like her parents weren't compatible, but they still had fucking 4 daughters and stayed together till their 80s, So it works, dude. What do you want to be? You want to be alone, or do you want to be fucking with somebody that gets on your nerves for the rest of your life? Some people choose the latter. So I've been saying this for a long time, and I feel like nobody really talks about it, but being alone is a skill, dude. Like, being comfortable with being alone and accepting it, it's a skill that I think a lot of people never learn in their life, and it's a shame. It is a shame. I'm alone right now. But that's fine. I'm doing fine. I've been alone fucking half an hour right now. I haven't thought about killing myself. Half an hour I just spent on my life speaking my mind. I think I would like to hope, and I am thinking that this is good for me. Dude, the half hour that I've spent right now speaking into this microphone is probably better than going to church, because I can't speak, and I'm not a listener like that. I don't want to fucking sit down somewhere and have some other know-it-all tell me how it's supposed to be. Get the fuck out. Some people like that. Some people are not built to make their own decisions. That's the truth. And I was doing that shit yesterday. Yesterday, I couldn't make a damn decision to save my life. I kept asking people, what should I have for dinner? What should I... Hold on. Oh, thank God. And it's just indecisive people, man. And they're lost, and they're just trying to, Here, I had a fucking thought for myself, organically. And I would like to think, I hope this is all not just one big waste of time. I like to think, I hope to think most things that I do in my life are good for my fucking brain. But for this podcasting shit, which is somewhat unique, a little bit, kind of, sort of, not really. Maybe the way how I'm doing it, there's not too many people doing it how I'm doing it. Not saying it's correct or anything at the moment, but I like to think that this is good for my brain. The neuroplasticity, the fucking neurons, I think we're building something here like a muscle. I think there's something going on with my intelligence here, and that's why I've been feeling off, because I haven't been podcasting as much lately. But I feel like this shit makes me a little sharper. It makes me feel a little bit better. It's relatively cheap, and I could be making money. I'm making money off my mental health, basically, in a way, and the way how I see it's like the worse my mental health is, the more people are gonna tune in, because people just love negativity and drama to make themselves feel better about their life. They like seeing somebody else talk about, I'm gonna fucking kill myself. It fucking sucks. I've been collecting cans all day and I only came up with $13 and I have a expensive bill. I have diabetes. They're gonna cut my foot off and they're gonna charge me. This country is charging me an arm and a leg. And then it makes them fucking feel better about weighing 200 pounds and they can't even bench 135 because they're lazy, they're out of shape, and they're gonna live a long time because of modern medicine. They're just eating fucking Pop-Tarts and sitting around watching TikTok and Kick. And I just don't want to go down like that. I just don't. So when things are slow here, it means it's going good behind the scenes. And shit's good. Shit's good. I don't know why I got so riled up. The 30, I haven't even really broken a sweat. But I feel like something is going on here in this little fucking muscle in between my ears here. I feel like there's something. What would I be doing if I didn't do 30 minutes here? Like, what's more stimulating for my brain? The speaking. I was complaining about my tongue. I'm still kind of dealing with it, but it feels a little bit better. Or just what would I do? Stare at the fucking wall, play games? How much stimulation are you getting from games? I don't know, but I'm not speaking. I'm not having a real thought. I'm just focused on, whatever the game is. Oh, point and shoot, or hit the grind, whatever. So I don't know, man. I don't even know how much is going on in my brain when I'm skateboarding, right? It's just more of a physical thing. I do actually lately feel like my vision has been going out on me. My vision does not. There's certain every morning I wake up and shit's blurry and I have to like wait for things to kind of like kick in. I'll like wash my face and then it doesn't help. When the first thing I do in the morning is check my fucking phone with fucking one eye open. Just trying to make it. I don't think it's really good for my brain and the neuroplasticity and the firing off the cylinders in my brain. I don't really think it's a good idea. First thing in the morning, the first thing I read is through the fucking blue lights off my phone. But I still do it because I'm fucking addicted, huh? Oh, fuck. This crack is hitting good, dude. I gotta blow my nose. 1 second. Play an ad. My cat's here. My cat's been here behind me the whole time. He's been pretty quiet, huh? He's been kind of a good boy. Hi, Benny. I wonder what the cat thinks I'm fucking doing. He probably thinks I'm just like on the phone. I've got headphones in. Like, I don't think a cat understands when I'm on the phone or podcasting, huh? Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, I think I'm dying. I think I'm dying. Oh, yeah. So, I don't know. I don't know what got me so riled up. I like my life, dude. It's been pretty boring when you want to like compare it to fucking famous people and shit, you know? There hasn't really been much highlights per se that other people would like cherish, but when I cherish my life. And that's how you should feel about yourself, you know? I've been doing a lot of like memory lane reminiscing lately. You know, the world doesn't give a shit about, you know, my childhood memories of the house I grew up in and stuff like that. But to me, it's just something, you know, it's unique and I cherish it. I was on Google Maps looking at where I used to live in the Bay. I lived right next to a BART station, man. And my best friend, he'd spend the night. He'd have a hard time sleeping because the BART train was so loud. And it never bothered me. And I wonder what that has to do with, like, me. I don't know. I like silence. And my wife likes a fan on. She can't sleep with silence. And I always feel like, dude, you need to turn everything off. You need your brain to have the least amount of activity going on. Because even, you know, I feel like when you're sleeping and the fan's on, you're still processing the noise of that fan. And it's like it's not like you really unplug the fucking computer. The computer's just on sleep mode. That's just my theory. It probably doesn't matter. It's probably like the difference between fucking running the AC in your car. I don't know. I was going to say some kind of... You get the fucking point, what I want to say. It's talking about my childhood house, things that people don't give a fuck about. But you should think about it for yourself and just be grateful that it even happened. You know, the kids in Gaza don't get that. You know, it's been 30 years. And some of these places have been around even longer than me. Like, I would hope the rest of my life that I could just kind of like look at these places and have like awe that, wow, I lived here. Shit was going on, you know? And so I was on Google Maps just looking at it. I had a big backyard at this old house that we were renting. And I had a big driveway too, even though we didn't really have cars like that. And that was the driveway that I skated up and down on with a skateboard. Maybe I landed my first ollies there. Who knows? And what was it? I used to ride a bike. I never really learned how to ride a bike in my hometown. I always had training wheels, but just like looking around, there was like a creek and all this stuff, and it just... I'm not crying. It just yeah, it's just cool memories to look back on. Speaking of memories, my fucking picture of my ex-girlfriend's still here. It's been here all these episodes. The fucking shitty ass bangs. Who knows how long it's gonna be there for. I wonder if she thinks of me. I mean, she probably misses me because I'm so fucking cool, honestly. Whatever. You ever think about that? You ever have like memories of like, I don't know, situationships or exes, or even just like a girl you had a crush on, or a boy, and just like wonder, you know, if maybe they think of you ever? You know, like the closest thing we get to that nowadays is maybe just like somebody who you haven't seen or spoken to in a long time. Maybe they'll reply to your story on Instagram or give you a heart or something, and it just has this like, it's almost like a better version of poking somebody on Facebook. Who the fuck would poke people on Facebook? That was some psychopathic shit right there. But yeah, just getting a like is the much better version of it, and it's just like, oh, I see you kind of a thing. It's weird. I do it, and I wonder, like, and not just me, I wonder if, like, other people have these feelings of just, like, I don't know, if somebody thinks about them that they haven't seen in a long time. Or maybe there's people that you don't have on social media or something, and you just kind of, like, wonder, like, do they wonder what happened to me or something, you know? I have a little bit of that, maybe like once or twice a year. Like, there's just like random people come up in my head that are from my memories of my past or whatever. I'm like, I wonder how they're doing, you know? Something that sparked something in my head. I forgot what it was. Something happened. I don't remember. I'm trying. My memory's not going well. What was it? Oh yeah, like I'll see people that, like, I didn't initially really like them at first. Like, I worked with them or something, and they just, you know, I don't even know how long they were working with me, and then they left to do other shit, and they, every now and then, they'll just kind of look at my story or some shit like that. I always kind of wonder, like, how am I in your rotation of somebody to, like, keep up with, you know? I don't get it. Or you know? Or how many... I feel like I go through about, like... 50 is a lot. 50, but that's just me playing it safe. I think it's realistically, like, maybe 30. But 50 just so gives, like, play. Damn near doubling what I'm going off of. Of, like, stories that I'll, like... keep up with or go through. And it's just like, when somebody watches me, I'm like, how many other people are you watching if you're watching me? You know, like, I feel, are there people that are watching like 200 people on the daily? So I don't know. It's just something to do. Maybe I'm overthinking it. I don't know. We're at about 45 minutes here, so I think I'm going to end it kind of short. I didn't really have anything particular I wanted to talk about. I had a lot of things that have been kind of running through my mind, and maybe I'll just save it for another episode or something. What's the date today? I think it's the 24th, and this is the second podcast of the month, and I apologize. I've just been busy, but in a good way. I'm trying to enjoy it. And I guess I don't really have anything to do right now, but I'm getting kind of burnt out talking. I'm not sweating or anything, but like the mental fatigue, it's just like, and I haven't eaten anything. I do feel, what if you're supposed to, after a podcast, after speaking for an hour, you need to kind of like nourish your body, like after a workout at the gym, you got to have some protein, you got to fill yourself up. Like, is this where the muscles are being, where the gains are being created? And then after I podcast, I take a nap. I do feel kind of like mentally tired after a podcast sometimes, and I just want to like not speak at all. But I've got it's 11:34. I got a whole fun-packed day of speaking a day. And I always talk about how like women have like an extra 1,200 words that they got to get out of their day. And here I am, not a woman. I've spoken way more than my fucking wife. And so I got to turn this off and just listen to her and just fucking pretend to listen, Maybe something will catch my eye. I don't know, but I got to go. I think I'm going to go and leave you at that. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you know where to. You can email me, suicidelogs@gmail.com. You can find me on Instagram @suicidelogs. Find me on YouTube, Marconi Puma. That's my YouTube. YouTube's lately been filled with a lot of skate stuff, but I do have some projects in mind. I have something that I want to create. I want to be a little bit more creative and go back to those roots. I don't want to be throwing shit at the wall and hoping and calling it art, I want to have like an actual like right direction in certain things that I want to make art-wise. So I hope it comes together. I really do. I don't really know how I'm going to do this. But I'll leave you at that. Assalamu alaikum. Jesus loves you. Fuck L. Ron Hubbard. Fuck Scientology. Let's get the fuck out of here.